Miss this and you're stuck in Linux admin while others transition to DevOps roles, unable to troubleshoot complex issues that arise in production environments, such as the one that just paged you at 2 a.m., a critical production server is down, and the first report from the monitoring system indicates a combination of high CPU usage, memory leaks, disk full errors, network latency, and zombie processes. What it does. The troubleshooting methodology for Linux system issues involves a structured approach to identifying and resolving problems. This includes understanding system performance metrics, identifying bottlenecks, and applying corrective actions. The key commands and tools used in this process will help you navigate through the system's internal state, pinpoint issues, and apply fixes. Command/example. These commands provide an initial snapshot of the system's status, including CPU and memory usage, disk space, network connections, and running processes. Breaking it down. Top BN1 runs the top command in batch mode, capturing a snapshot of system activity, including CPU and memory usage, which helps identify high CPU usage and memory leaks. vmstat_s displays virtual memory statistics, providing insights into memory usage and potential leaks. dfh shows disk usage, helping identify if the disk is full. netstatin displays all active network connections, which can help identify network latency issues. PSF lists all running processes, useful for spotting zombie processes. Common mistakes. A common mistake in troubleshooting is not taking a systematic approach, leading to overlooking critical information. For instance, focusing solely on CPU usage might distract from a more critical issue like a memory leak or disk full error. Another mistake is not leveraging the right tools for the job, such as using HTOP instead of TOP for more detailed process information. Try this next. To dive deeper into process-level issues, use HTOP or a TOP for more detailed views of process activity and system resource usage. For network issues, dump or Wireshark can provide detailed packet capture and analysis. What it does. For high CPU usage, identifying the process, ES, consuming the most CPU is crucial. Commands like top or HTOP can sort processes by CPU usage. For memory leaks, tools like valgrind or address sanitizer can help detect memory leaks in applications. Command/example. Breaking it down. HTOP provides an interactive view of system processes, allowing for easy sorting by CPU, memory, or other criteria. Valgrind leak check equals full runs your application under valgrind, which detects memory leaks and provides detailed reports. Common mistakes. When dealing with high CPU usage, a common mistake is not considering the system's overall load and instead focusing solely on individual process CPU usage. For memory leaks, not using the right tools or not understanding the application's memory management can lead to incorrect diagnoses. Try this next. For disk full issues, use do/path/to/directory to find which directories are consuming the most space. For network latency, ping, or MTR can help identify connectivity issues. What it does. Zombie processes are processes that have finished execution but still have an entry in the process table. They can be identified using PSF grep defunct. Removing them usually involves killing the parent process or using wait to ensure proper process termination. Command/example. Breaking it down. PSF grep defunct lists all zombie processes by filtering for the defunct state. Kill -9 parent _PID forcefully terminates the parent process of a zombie, which should remove the zombie process entry. Common mistakes. A common mistake when dealing with zombie processes is not understanding their nature and trying to kill them directly, which is ineffective since they are already dead. Try this next. Implementing monitoring tools like Prometheus and Grafana can provide real-time insights into system performance and help catch issues before they become critical. Pro tip. In production environments, having a well-documented troubleshooting guide and regularly practicing troubleshooting scenarios can significantly reduce downtime and improve response times to critical system issues.